Smith's waiting. Initial smoke goes out, and I imagine this is going to be a fast drop strategy if they commit to it or not. The issue is if they go right now and they do that fast drop, look where Shox is. He's well out of position, and smartly he's going to go back, and Guardian's still waiting for this peek. He's spotted up by Smith already, takes the shot, tries to hit him through the box. That's not successful. Molotov forces him out of position, but Smith hits another beautiful shot. Edward goes down, and Smith's, it's all him. He's taken down Zeus as well. 3 kills, and it entirely shuts down anything Navi had planned. They may not even get a kill in this round, and that's brilliant for any economical comeback that the Titan want to have.
Yeah, after that first pick, it seems like Navi were a little bit rattled, forced to go towards short, and Smith's showing some incredible aim there. Really nice, crisp headshots as they came up towards the short area, and he gives them another lifeline here. 14 plays 5. Navi, though, will be buying back into this round. This is what kind of buy they've got available. It seems like 3 AKs, make it 4. They have got the AWP on Guardian as well, so still definitely in contention for this round. Seems like Titan going for the 3-man setup towards long, 2 players towards B, leaving middle open for now. And now they're rotating back into it. Shox coming to deal with that issue. Slower paced round now.
There's a full buy from either side. There's decent utilities on the terrace. We've got 4 kits out of 5 on the CT side, along with decent nades. So I imagine this one's going to go into time situation. We know Navi will try and bait out all of the utility from their CT, their opposition, first before executing, and then hit very quickly. Sometimes it can bite them if they don't give themselves enough time. They're actually going to push on the catwalk a little bit earlier here, take the fight to Smith, so I'm surprised to see them acting so quickly because Titan's done nothing of the sort to use their utilities. It's just a straight-up fight. And Zeus is able to take down Smith's first. He'll follow that with Shox, and surely they have to take this A site before the rotations come in. Guardian gets RPK. That's their last hope toward long, and it's Scream on a fast rotate that's able to at least get 1, now 2, but Bomb's already planted, and Scream again. He's going to get another. It's just him left, though, because Seized has found existence, but we know Scream can do this. That's 4 headshots, and he's in the position. There's nothing they can do. What a round from Scream.
4 kills, all sensational headshots there, and he keeps Titan alive, at least for now. Navi looked like they had that round completely tied up. Shox getting forced, Smith's getting shot, dropped down to CD spawn, got shot in the back. It seemed like the round was over, but some textbook screenplay coming in with that AK-47, 4 kills and the defuse as well. That's fantastic from him and keeps the dream alive at least for another round here. Navi will be forcing into this round. Guardian picks up the scout. Not sure what he'll be able to do with this one considering that Smith has the AWP, but what a round that was from Scream to keep things alive.
That's insane. We call him the headshot machine for a reason.
Just when they needed it most as well. If they come back and win this game, it's going to come down to that man just there in that round.
And Zeus now left with just the pistol. His teammate's still able to buy up something due to that bomb plant. Different approach. Forget Catwalk. Forget Scream. Let's head elsewhere on the map. The problem is that Scream is also elsewhere. He's the B, remember. He was on the rotation last time, so he's going to get yet another kill, make it 2. Another 2 headshots, all with the M4 Flamey. Finally takes him down, and I imagine they'll breathe a sigh of relief on that kill because now it gives them a chance. Zeus follows up on existence. Not only that, they're leaving a player outside of the B doors right now. This could catch them off. Flamey's low on HP, so he's the one to go try and catch them off guard. I don't blame them at all for this gamble play, but Shox still manages to catch off Zeus in the back of the side. Shox is turn to go nuts. He's going to get 2 headshots, and RPK forces Flamey out. It's another round for Titan.
Scream stepping up once more, finds those 2 frags in the fast B split coming in. Shox with a fantastic rotation as well. Clever flashbangs to find the first frag and a crisp shot at the back of the site to secure the round. And that should knock Navi down to the eco this time. You can see they're getting the bomb down. They do have some players that could afford to buy. It wouldn't be a very healthy one, but Guardian and Edward on low cash here. They could get the rifles out here. I'd rather them just eco and get a nice full buy going forward. So just get some deagles maybe this round. They're going to be forcing. Let's see what kind of good weapons they go for. C's going to be dropping the AWP for Guardian. So potentially another round here going in favour of Titan considering the buy coming in. C's just on the Tech 9 now.
Guardian tried to take that mid-op shot. Does do damage onto Scream. Down to 36 through the door. And that may play a role. Any damage you can do on Scream right now I think is more than worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. The current form he's in the last few rounds. 16 frags for him. Want to try and lock him down as quickly as possible.
Smith's going to come back up and help RPK because he's got an inkling that there's more presence toward that long position than anywhere else on the map. And at the time that he made that call, he was correct. They've now drawn more attention toward Catwalk. It's going to be a long split. Shox is rotating over early, so RPK is the one to make this call right now. He's got still 2 players so close to him at long. This is going to be a very tense fight for RPK because his position near that door is so close. He's hoping that they're going to try and flash through that smoke and it'll go beyond him, and then he could just line them up.
Now, Titan's doing a good job of holding off the tees. Still 50 seconds to play with here, and like you said, RPK got his work cut out for him here. Sees and Zeus towards short. Classic A split coming in. Not committing to it just yet, though. Not much utility to play with as well. Just 1 smoke remaining, a couple of flashbangs. RPK falls back to the pit, a more passive position. as he senses the T's making their presence known towards Long as they come out now.
Smith's playing from Goose. Different angle than we talked about the off being at Carr. Doesn't get the first shot because it's a jump player. That's so common. So now he needs to be careful because not only that, his position's given up. Fortunately, RPK's managed to control Long, but they don't cover for the drop. Seized gets in and takes down Smith. Now they have the off turn back against them, and it's in Long. It's toward Pitch. Seized hits the shot, and surely this time isn't going to be enough because they've got an advantage again, and the bomb down. It's Scream from the same position, the same angle, but Zeus is ready for it this time. Distance with a hard battle, a tough task. A flashbang at least to work with and a kit, but it's all working against him, and he's got to give it up. He's got to concede. It's going to go to at least map point for Navi.
Navi doing a really good job of there, of making attention known towards both areas of short and long, leaving RPK isolated towards that pit. He was left in a 3-on-1 situation, manages to get 2 frags there, but got taken down by Guardian in the end. And then they come onto the bomb site. There's too much for the retake there. Existence, no choice but to save game in this round. It's going to pin Navi onto map point, 15 plays 7, and he feels like this is just delaying the inevitable at this stage. As we go into round number 23, the CT still have reasonable money, not great though. So you can see Smiths has 3k, Scream on 2600. You want that man on a full rifle here, so this could be another difficult round for them, as Navi definitely have a lot of money to purchase into this round. Going to have full buys going in, especially with the Guardian AWP. Shox picks up an orb himself, he's gone glass cannon, and will be getting boosted up as well.
And watch that mid play. They flash over, Guardian shoots into it. That would have allowed the cross for the second player. That's Scream. He actually stays in middle, and look how aggressive they're getting. Shox has already pushed Cat. So Navi's sitting so far back, I'm not sure they're going to be expecting the quasi-buy. If Shox can pick up the first kill, this may work out perfectly. Guardian needs to catch him in transition, and smartly does based on that maneuver. So that gives it now to Navi for the taking. It's all rifles and a shotgun left up on the CT side, and that shotgun's in Scream's hands. No one came toward the doors, so how else can he find an angle that's even viable?
Right now, it's all up to the CTs. Navi is waiting for the mistakes to be made once again. They've got so much time on the board. Edward making his way towards Long. RPK's going to spot him though. If he gets his frag, maybe they've got a chance here. He manages to get it. Edward by himself there's a questionable play to go out and die by yourself, but the rest of the guys will be going towards middle. It's just a distraction play.
Oh, I was going to say, that's a really good lineup for Existence if they could have had the distraction greater from CT, but Flamey, great shot for him to pick up. Scream and RPK limited. Scream tries to go through with the shotgun. RPK follows up, but it's done. Navi answer back. They'll take map 2. Their first map of this tournament, oddly enough. That's 16-7.
Looking much stronger on their CT side there, actually playing a nice passive game. The setups from Tyson weren't very, well, not a lot to talk about really, kind of do that 4-on-1 situations, pushing into a bomb sites. Didn't really make too much happen there. CT side, they had some impressive moments there. The one that stands out for me the most, that Scream, what, four kills,
yeah, that
4
was
kills
nuts.
with a defuse as well. That kept them alive for a little bit longer, but in the end, it comes down to a very convincing victory for Navi. Looks like they're back. Guardians finally hitting the shots we expect. The CT defensive opening was very good, and it sets it up for the third map perfectly. 1-1. The funny thing is, that was actually Tyson's pick. So they win Navi's pick, and then they come back and lose their own. So.
And that was the thing. I mean, Dust 2, you'd think Titan, they're a little more open, they're a little more loose. It might favor them more than Train. Their open and loose style works on Train.
Dust 2 is weird like that, because you may think it's like the big fragging map as well, but the choke points on certain areas are so narrow. That if you're just running out with nothing at all and like just running onto a bomb site, players like Guardian have got that control. They've got places to fall back to. If you're not flashing him correctly or actually flushing him out and putting that pressure with the splits onto him, you're just all staying together. That's when you actually feed him a lot more than you intend to.
Well, he definitely had a much better game, far more effective than he was on Train. But that said, we'll send it back to the desk. For the last time between maps, the next time we see them, we'll have a victor.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, like he said, we're going to the third map. Before we get to that, though, let's talk a little about Dust 2, Navi.
Well, normal service resumed. You know, Navi, came out strong, did what they had to do, and you know, this is kind of what I expected to happen on Train as well. Just that the firepower was superior, the positioning was superior, the executes when on the limited amount they had to do on the T side was superior. You know, they were better than Titan on this map in every department. So that, for me, sets Navi up now. Okay, we're coming into Cobble. Yeah, it's a Titan map, but they're rolling now. You know, even Guardian was looking better on that, but Seized as well, I thought, had some nice rounds. So Navi, I feel they're in a good place. They've bounced back and finally they've got a map here at this event. Which they needed.
This is how series go. It never is just a carryover of the form and the nature of the first map into the next one. Okay, props to Titan for somehow stealing away Train. But you come into Dust 2, again, supposed to be the strongest map in this particular scenario. I mean, it's between Cobble and Dust 2, but supposed to be one of the strong maps for Titan. You would never have known it watching it there. Navi dominant first half. The scoreline made it look a little bit closer than it was. It wasn't really. And, I mean, you saw in the first game, one of the main reasons that was a good win for Titan is what an overperformance from Smiths in the first map. Comes way back down to earth now. Everything's going for Navi. Guardians in the zone. Flamey's having a consistent day now, so they're starting to look dangerous. Coming into the third, should be the closest now, but I actually feel like Navi is going to be in a really good position to win this one, because I've only seen one map in the whole tournament so far that looked vaguely impressive from Titan. So that took Smiths dropping, 26 kills or something. I don't think that's going to happen on map 3. It feels like overall convincing win here for Navi.
Yeah, but I mean, Shox was disappointing in this one as well. And this is usually a map that he lights up. He's always traditionally done well on this. You know, going right back through his history, this was a map that he's always posted big scores on. Now, again, this is where you're the in-game leader and you're trying to pull all the parts together and you're trying to make everything go the way you want it to go. And sometimes you're picking up the AWP. This is the problem. Shox can't be unchained when he's got all these responsibilities, and when you do that, you lose too much. Who's going to pick up the Shox slack? Well, you would need 2 players to begin with, and it's just not happening right now.
What you're saying, Rich, is they need some Shox absorbers.
Yeah, they definitely do.
No, but if you look at the scoreboard we've got here,
Car references
you'll
on
very rarely ever see a game where Shox has 55 ADR. This is a guy who does phenomenal damage, incredible rifler, really great technique. He's going to hit bullets on everything. I mean, he's having one of the poorest impacts I think I've ever seen.
And here's the thing: I know all the fanboys are going to be going absolutely. I mean, I've already had some tweets about just the Titan hater. No, I'm telling you, this team should be better. They're making it hard for themselves. Now, everyone's going to point to Scream's performance on this map as some sort of, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is like there's hope for us here. Yeah, he's got 16 kills. Yeah, he's top fragged. Yeah, he had some highlight reel moments. But once again, he's got one playing style. It's so default, and it's like, hey, if I can get 3 or 4 kills and it's all headshots, it looks great. But actually, in terms of impact, he's had none. I keep saying this guy needs to grow a pair, move to entry fragger. That's what the team needs right now. Just, he's made plays that were almost inconsequential within the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Problem is his accent. That's the problem. You were saying to him, listen, mate, you need to grow a pair. He's like, grow up here? I grew up in Belgium. What do you talk about?
Well, you bring him up.
Game on point.
We are going to highlight him because, again, they were
At least he didn't do a nip joke.
Yeah, they were down seriously, but round 20, he does kind of start the rebirth. Not enough, but we're going to go ahead and show you. That's our BenQ, play of the map, if you will.
I mean, this is a guy who can give you great highlight clips. Obviously, it's what he's done his whole career.
Yeah.
And in this sort of position, that angle, you have to hit the head, basically, if you're going to get kills. So, he's got the first 2, just as you expect. I think we all know where the third's going.
Yep. Right, comes up short. Now he knows exactly where everybody is. He's had good comms. As soon as he hits that headshot, he knows he's won the round, because obviously Seized is in no man's land. So that's absolutely brilliant. Look, hey, do that every round. We've got a real player. Do it once in a while, and then you're missing easy shots. You can't do spray downs. You're not, it's just, he's got the best aim, but sometimes there's more to this game than just being able to hit heads.
He reminds me in the end days of 1.6 when people had learned how to make a frag movie and they'd made the techniques very simple, and also the technology had gotten advanced, so like Sony Vegas or whatever was so easy to make a frag movie and anyone could make a frag movie. So what happened was some people who were fans of frag movies but were just mid-tier type pros, like low level, they'd never played in a CPL type match. These guys decided, I just want to have the best frag movie. So what they would do is they'd play like practice clan wars against the lowest level of opposition, guys way below their level, and all they'd do is try to make highlight shots. So they'd play with a deagle and they'd only go for the head. They'd never spam it, they'd just only go for the head. And as a result, if you gave them 200 games, they could put together enough crazy clips of just like 5 one-bullet deagle headshots that you'd watch the movie and go, this guy must be one of the best players in the world. If you knew the story, you'd go, oh, that style would never work in a game. You could never do that in a pro game. That's why they had clips that were better than pros, actually, because no pro would fire the weapon that way. They'd try and spam on the third guy to ensure the kill. Unfortunately, Scream does that in professional matches, and as a result, it doesn't work for him either all the time.
And let's think about all of the good players that we talk about as being integral to their teams. When we talk about guys like Crims, you're never going to see a frag movie from Crims, but he gets you 2 kills every round. That's that to me is a star player. The guy who does the unflashy stuff, but he does the unspectacular spectacularly well. That's what you want in the team. That's what Titan need right now.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will talk about Cobble. We're going to have a winner and a loser. Someone's going home. Someone's going to move forward. Right after the commercial break, we'll chat about it. Navi taking on 8. No. Hey folks, welcome back. Here we are, map 3, Cobble, Navi versus Titan. And again, a little speak about Cobble. You know, if we rotate, you know, rewind back to last week, Navi played it a lot, played CLG very close every time they played. They ended up losing drastically, if you will, to Envious in the grand final on this map. Reverse of that, Titan plays it once, they beat Nip on it.
Well, just to get some ESL level banter on the go, I don't know if they're going to be able to cobble up a victory here. I am in place. No,
I think you'd be a bit naive. I think so. If you spun it around there, it's
that's terrible.
next level. Wordplay.
But anyway,
Now we're getting there.
Yeah, now we're getting
there.
No, look, here's the thing. So, right, again, Titan have a good record on this map. No doubt about it. They've had, even at the major, this was kind of like the one thing where it was like they looked decent on this map. But, you know, but what they've changed everything since the major. Like, so all of that stuff, you just got to forget about it. You know, the Shocks wasn't going to leave it there, blah, blah, blah. Navi have always been competitive on this map. They were one of the, you know, you think about all the tools they've had, all the results they've had in the past. This is a map where actually they can really do damage on it. So based on where we are, we're poised in the series. I honestly think Navi are going to probably run away with this one.
Like, the stats are good on the map for Titan. The problem is, even the win against Nip, I actually feel like maybe now in hindsight, we did credit too much of how badly they played on the T side, just to the lead they had. I actually haven't seen anything in all these matches they played yesterday, on the T side from them. It's all on CT side. Now, good Cobble teams get T side rounds. So, unless they're going to drastically change that and improve T-side, I think this has to be a Navi win, because Navi can do well on both sides. They can bang out the big 9 T rounds and then also be good at holding on CT. So I feel like this is an uphill challenge for Titan. This is a map that they'd want to be going on. It's one of their better ones, so that's a favorable. But as Blade says in the eponymous movie of that name, he says, some mother lovers always trying to ice skate uphill. That's what I feel like it's going to be like for Titan here.
All right, so no prediction change for you in that sense.
No, I think
you
it's
haven't
gonna be
seen enough
Navi,
out of
yeah.
Titan.
I mean, on the one hand, you know, maybe Titan can have a good CT side here, but I just don't see. Again, it's about the executes and it's about the entry fragging. They don't have that right now. They're going to struggle on Cobble.
All right, you hear the music, you see the map. It is going to be Cobble. Someone's going home. Someone's going to play tomorrow, or later on today, I should say. Henry G and Sadikist, walk us through this final map.
The Rent Boys from Bucharest.
They just had to, of course.
I was waiting for that one. But here we go, then we go into the third map. It's going to be Navi starting on the T side. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can make some noise, let's get the hype back in the room. There we go, something. There we go. So, Navi on the T side, they've got 4 sets of armor here. Zeus is the utility player going forward. Looks like they're edging towards B, but they have got players towards top and middle as well. Titan opting for the 4-man stack towards the B bomb site, but it's not going to work out for them. C's has got all the way to the end. He's going to be the distraction player here as the bomb is back towards middle. Shocks all to play for as he's pushing towards long A by himself.
Yeah, he's going to get actually pinched because they've got players working toward danger at lower right now. Edward wins that shot, so now they'll be able to walk into the A site. And remember, this map determines who goes home, like Scoot said on the desk. RPK now waiting in the back of the site. One player already behind him toward the truck, but it's going to be stopped by Smits. Whoever gets the first kill on these pistols seems to actually curse themselves, because Titan, that's a very solid recovery.
Yeah, absolutely, with a 4-man stack towards B and then losing that first frag as well. They came with a very fast rotation, found the frags everywhere. RPK with the CZ finds 3 frags, a fast rotation from balcony for him, gets onto the bomb site, does some fantastic work there, and Navi don't even get a bomb plant there, so you'd assume it's going to be a force buy here with the Tech 9s and a Desert Eagle for Edward as well. They've gone all in. Guardian force buying as well. He's only got the P250, so he saves a little bit of cash in that respect, but the Titan now going for a heavy SMG setup here. Only have 1 M4, so definitely got their work cut out for them. As a fast B play coming in from Navi. 2 players towards drop down, and the execution comes in right away.
They actually overwhelm RPK. He did good damage with that initial nade, but Scream, he's going to wait now, and he's got a chance to line them up. Flamey wins that duel as well, and suddenly Navi have a 5-on-2. They don't have a lot of health to work with. 4 players practically dead, but 4 players already dead on Titan means it's still very possible. Shock's going to take down Guardian. Bomb not yet planted. It is toward that B site, but are they going to work it toward A? They will. This is a good call. They know Shocks has come from long. He's only got 5 HP as well, so this is still extremely hard for him to even pull this back, but this is a great call from Navi.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing the percentages here. They know all their players are low HP. They know his position. Get to the other bomb site, make the time run down. He's got 5 HP and nothing to work with there.
I think he's actually already given up. He just ran around and saw what utilities he could grab. He picked up a kit, and he's just going to hold on to the armor and SMG for the next round.
That's a really weird round to go down like that. Titan going for the full SMG buy there, but unable to hold off Navi whatsoever. The Tech-9s is going absolutely sick. Zeus picking up 2 frags, Seas and Flamey chiming in as well. Going to leave Shox on 5 HP, saving the UMP, but Titan definitely in a tricky situation here. As we go to 1-1, what's their option going to be? We know they like to force buy back into these rounds, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do exactly that and try and utilize the UMP they have remaining here on Shox. After winning such a fantastic pistol round, it's always disappointing to see it go down like that. Not even really a competitive round. Perhaps if they'd gone for more of a famous setup there, they can actually have held back more passively.
So
had a much better chance.
Interesting thing is pistols are now 3-2, but both time Titan has won the pistol, they've been ecoed. So it's been full-on advantage Navi early in games.
So demoralizing losing those rounds as well. Looks like they will be force buying into this. Shox actually going for the famous here. The rest of the guys going to be on upgraded pistols. So a competitive round coming in nonetheless. You can see Navi though with 3 rifles, 2 SMGs as well, going fast towards our mid play, going towards long A as well. Guardian going to be going through the doors, going to have the Shox to contend with, and the 4-man stack from Titan coming in towards B.
Shox is going to push through this. He's thinking about it. He's desperately thinking about it as well. He's so close to doing it, but no one's there. They've already gone out toward danger. It's still going to look to be a long A split. Flamey, he'll come over late. They've got flashbangs in position. There's a very easy flash that would catch out Shox entirely from this position. In fact, they go for the bounce, though. That's the problem. It's supposed to deploy without a bounce, so he's able to turn away and takes down Guardian as a result. He's going to control the peak, but he's going to get taken. Never mind, Shox. He got Edward, I was going to say, taken down from behind, but that was a brilliant play from him to turn back. Either way, he does die in the end, but he's done more than enough damage to make this possible, as it is a 3-on-3 situation. And Flamey needs to make sure that he stays alive and covers this cross. He manages at least the first kill, and it's down to just Smiths.
Yeah, he's just got the UMP in hand. Armor as well. 3 players to kill and a bomb to defuse. Don't really think he's long for this world. Just waiting for C if any players make a mistake and walk through the connector doors there. That's all he can really hope for. C's coming close to her, but no one's going to be taking that risk just yet. You can hear some shots being rattled off and decides to go through, but will be taken down in the end. So that force buy, although they get 2 frags, doesn't really amount to much. There was a little bit of a moment it felt like they could have done more of that. Shox stepping up with the 2 kills of the Famous, but that's about it. So Navi, you would assume this is going to be a pretty clean round from them. Tyson can't really justify much more. A couple of P250s going into this one, and now then Edward. He's to stick on the UMP. That allows him to be the recon player this round. So they'll slow things down once again, you would assume, try and fill out the map, then choose their choke point. Edward will go in first with a flashbang. If there's a stack there, it's not too much of a big deal if he goes down and loses that UMP. But the idea is he will go in and find that first frag. 4 players committed towards B at the moment. Just going to be Guardian at the top and middle with the AK-47. Actually going to be going a little bit faster than what I expected. Edward, as predicted, leading the charge here. Going to be spotting out for intel.
We're already around the corner, slightly open position, but no one able to counter peek him because Flamey was able to hit the shot on that. Who tried? It was RPK. Smiths has pulled it back, though. He's actually dropped the bomb on the statue. They've got good positions right now, Titan, but they don't have the weapons to play this long-range game. Seized has already checked it, and now he realizes it was for sure the double take. Shox nearly caught him off guard. He goes down the end of Guardian, and it's all left to Scream, but Scream's accuracy at least gets 1 more kill.
Yeah, nice work from Smith. They got the double kill with the USP. Very challenging thing to do, all things considered, but they get 3 kills, but the round does go in favor of Navi. Should be going into the first gun round here. Shox going for full glass cannon here. They literally could only afford the orb and nothing else. So he can be very effective on this map. Has a decent spawn towards long A. Considering the buy he has, I wouldn't be surprised if he went straight towards the first pick there and tried to make something happen at the start of this round. Guardian does have the AWP as well. He won't be going towards middle here. See what Shox can do. How aggressive he will be. Actually, we're going straight towards danger. Not going to be going for the predicted aggression as Navi sent all 5 players towards B. Pretty much a standard round coming from them. Smoking at the upper platform. Presumably we're trying to work a pick here.
Existence has this tree boost to try and catch them off. They haven't used this. We've seen players get so many kills in that position. The key to it is that he can rely on this long B position. They need his support from drop. If they are able to get through that room, he's forced out of position, but smartly they Molotov it. And we've seen more and more teams doing that by default. Either way, it allows Guardian in. He gets Smiths. He actually catches him, and now he's looking through the smoke. Existence able to dodge that first bullet. He's going to take the fight to them. It's a joust as he runs forward, but Zeus, will at least cancel that out. No more damage dealt that needed to be, as Navi still wants his B site. They try and line up 2 toward Rock, and Scream again will prevail with headshots. This is smart, though. Watch Seized. He's actually flanked it out. Very, very aware, though, is Shox. He turns back. Guardians canceled the fact that they get the man advantage from that by getting a kill as well. And it still remains 2-on-2. 40 seconds. Bomb not planted, and they're pretty much committed at this point. RPK is going to drop it inside the site, and Guardian, he needs to come up with something great. Finds RPK. No Shox is toward the Rock. He's so low on HP, but he's going to keep the AWP. Just misses the shot. And Shox, he knows now that he's in a world of trouble. He has to be so calculated on this counter peek, and he's trying desperately, but it's not going to happen.
Wow. So Guardian stepping up absolutely massively there. Comes down to that one-on-one situation. I think it was a 3-on-1 to begin with. He finds 4 frags and sets the scoreboard alight there. Shox is going to be disappointed that round. It seemed like he could have got into it. He just needed to land 1 bullet from his pistol. Once his position was given away, there was such a difficult round and a hard prospect for him to get into it. It's going to be 4-1 in favor of Navi now. They're running away with this one. After that full investment from Titan, they can't really justify much more than some upgraded pistols, Desert Eagles and 5.7s. And once again, we're going for that full-on B stack. Just Navi working those picks in the last rounds and Guardian hitting every single shot, it felt like. So Navi now making a great call, going towards long 8. So it's going to be Shox once again with that 5.7 trying to hold them off. Can he make anything of this? Finds the first frag there, takes down Edward. It's going to actually slow down the Navi push here. He could do some more work here. Guardian with the AWP. He's going to get taken down as well. This is amazing from Shox. They've managed to get 3 kills and bring it down to the 4-on-2 situation.
Yeah, and suddenly the B stack is going to rotate over. It's going to become extremely possible. I mean, that's the thing. If they're going to stack up and the man that gets that aggressive finds so many kills, you surely should be able to react accordingly.
They needed to actually swarm him. As soon as he gave his position away, that 5.7, they allowed him to reposition, and they're presenting Guardian first to find the first shot with the, AK, the AWP to swarm him. Don't allow him to reposition himself. That should be the refrag straight away.
Smart Molotov to control the player, trying to get to balcony. That gives Flamey 2 kills now, as he also found the crossfire shot onto Scream, allowing Zeus to safely walk into the bomb site. 2 versus 2. And it started off so well, it may not be done just yet. Smits gets a headshot on Zeus. Flamey has to play the long angle right now. He does have it planted for him, but the problem is they're both coming. Great shot, and it takes down Existence, because if he didn't kill Smiths on the first one and they double peeked him, it might have been possible.
So another player for Navi goes absolutely massive there. Flamey with the 4 kills, recovering that devastating beginning where Shox became the first 2 frags with the 5.7. Bomb was down. And a 2-on-1 situation means Titan have to face as quickly as possible. They couldn't allow themselves to be calculated and try and pincer him in any sort of way. They didn't have the kits. They needed to find the kills, and it just kind of fed into him. And it brings it to 5-1 in favor of Navi now. Shox once again with the AWP. Money still hasn't really been stabilized for the CT side. He's going to be going for that mid-smoke. Normally goes to the mid-face there as well, but Navi going to be facing straight away. But he gets that first pick. Going to give his position as well. This is difficult from Shox, and he should be taken down here. There it is. Wanted to get out of that situation straight away.
Nothing he could do, and Scream goes down immediately on arrival. If he had been able to surprise them with the M4, potentially pick up at least a trade, it might have been possible to get the rest of the players toward balcony. They have got a quick rotation out of RPK. He's low on HP, so he'll go down to Flamey, but he's dropped the bomb in the process. Either way, it's Navi collecting all of the kills required. Smith's committed. He's already dropped out of balcony. That's going to Molotov him into the corner. He's just going to wait. They may overlook the fact that he's not moved based on all the utilities expended on him. He still holds his composure. 6-1 now, Navi. Great start on the terrorist side.
Yeah, it's a complete change of pace for them that time. Instead of they've been going to B very heavily, slowing it right down. That time they went for the full-on A split, very fast through the doors. And as we said, Shox very much committed towards that mid-angle. Got the first shot off. Great work from him. Had he had a teammate to flash him out of that position, that would have been fantastic. But he was just too overcommitted. Wasn't able to do much more than 1 frag. Got taken down. The map was open in that stage. Retake coming in from the CTs. And is unable to do anything. It can't stop that charge coming in from Navi. We're going to round number 8 now. 6-1 in favor of Navi on the T side. This game is maybe slightly running away from Titan. And another fast play coming from Navi. This time towards B. Smith's going to face another platform. Manages to get away with his life. Does do a huge amount of damage though. Edward, Flamey and Zeus going down to 1 bullet HP. As it is still a 5-on-5, but that's a great work for Smith to even do that and get away with it.
Yeah, PK now. We've seen him yesterday, hold that position extremely well. He was hard for Luminosity to move, but they still got the game, remember. Smiths is going to fire through that. He takes Flame. He sees he's going to push on afterwards. He takes down Smiths, but Scream's there to at least respond from the alleyway. Crossfire set up, and that's what happens when you start to give up map control. The early damage, they can't really do much about it. And they commit into what is essentially a 3-man stack at 1 choke point.
The thing is for Titan as well, they can't really afford to lose any men in this situation. The money's already in a real low position. Even if they win this round, they're still in a really difficult spot. So it's a 4-on-3 in their advantage now, but they want to make sure they don't drop any men. That's going to help. Scream takes out Guardian, brings it to 4-on-2. And the last remaining players for Navi on a very low HP indeed. So you can see now, I think they're going for the full-on save here. They've got 30 seconds remaining. Not even going to pick up the bomb. It's going towards the tower perhaps, and it's going to try and save their AK-47. So Titan can breathe a sigh of relief here as they take the second round on the board, but still in a precarious situation. The good thing for them is they save 4 rifles. It doesn't come down to a 1-on-1 clutch. So even if they lose the next round, they may have some money to work with. So Navi getting taken down there. Went for another fast play there. Smith jumping up onto the platform. Just did that huge amount of damage. That's so valuable. He didn't even take a kill, but he spotted 3 players, did all those headshots, and fell back, and the round has fell apart for Navi at that stage. And you can see Titan not even hunting for this one. They're just going to be making sure they keep men alive here.
So the big thing about this next round now becomes the fact that whoever wins this forces the enemy team onto a save.
What is the thing? It's Titan with keeping 4 men alive. Their money's not too badly affected. They are going to be actually all the grenades they need to buy. It's not great. So yeah, you're probably right there. They're going to have to be. If they lose this round, they're definitely in a precarious situation.
Yeah, and there's no money bonus either way because that resets it. So whoever loses this, I mean, this is a chance for Titan to get back into it, or an absolute disaster. Because if Navi pick this up, how big could their leads swell to before Titan can really sustain the economy and bring it back to an even situation? Guardian going to get a little bit more aggressive right now out toward this long position with the AWP. He's going to check every angle. He knows that they've been playing aggressive on Titan's behalf on that side. But this time it's more passive. They're just going to use the utilities instead. That allows them to put more pressure toward not only the drop room, but existence in this boost.
Guardian now.
This is smart. That nade took him down to 49.
Working his way out with the AWP, trying to find a pick through that smoke, decides better over and falls back actually after taking that grenade. Smith's showing that aggression towards upper platform. I like that. It's actually scaring off the T's now. You can see them trying to work out what their play is here. CT's not feeling too much pressure here. His Guardian goes back to drop down, trying to see if he can find any sort of pick here. There's going to be nothing there for him as well, so this is difficult for Navi now. They need to find some sort of entrance to this. It looks like they will take control of the drop down room.
Flash over Smiths, though. Watch that, because now he tries to push through. There's too much smoke. There's not enough movement. They have an awareness that he might be here. Zeus tries into the corner. Zeus is going to get it through the smoke. Guardians found existence in the meantime, and now it's all Shocks on a very large bomb site to hold. Flash over. Flamey perfect shot on entry. It's RPK on the rotation, caught off already, and it's down to just Scream. Again, this resets money, so this is massive for Navi to pick this up.
Really weird how Titan actually had 4 players towards that bomb site, and its lead dropped down completely open. As soon as Navi got into that area, you felt there was so much attention being directed towards the upper platform. Players coming out of drop down just pick up the flank kills there, and this is the nightmare situation we saw for Titan. They're actually going to have $1,400 going into this round, and it's not going to be a double eco, but it's going to be a full eco this round. You can see a couple of upgraded pistols coming in. Shocks can get the AWP next round, but it hasn't had that much effect yet. So let's see what they bring to the table here. You would assume this round going in favor of Navi. Titan looking to lose this half already up by round 10, so difficult situation for them for sure. 4-man stack coming in towards B. Shocks more than happy to play this A bomb site by himself. Seems very comfortable doing it, but this time only has the PT-50 in hand. Navi taking his long A a lot more carefully this time, not allowing himself to get taken down by one player of 5-7.
Yeah, again, it is Shocks that is here. Scream has already come over a little bit earlier this time, so the stack on B's dissolved slightly because Scream seems to have a feeling it may not be on this position. Shocks, though, they may go past him. Okay, this is good. Edwards, we don't see it yet, but actually walking down the stairwell beside him. I take that back. He's turned back. Edward, this is good because I was going to say he's going to walk down and take down Shocks, but now if they've all gone by him, he has a chance to surprise them. If he catches on fast enough, not only that, Titan's rotated over, so they're going to confront them, slowing the push down. It gives Shocks a really good chance to walk up, and he has now done from the bottom of mid. Bottom of mid, he gets going to get shut down. Guardian spots it coming far too soon, and it's down to just existence. That could have been a really cool play.
Yeah.
It was always going to be down to a little bit of luck, and unfortunately that doesn't work in his favor.
Yeah, it's hiding that position for so long. Obviously, didn't know where the T's were, didn't have any real intel. Comes in their back. The kills had already been made on the A-bomb side. Tried to get a flank kill, but Guardian was just too fast in that flick. Takes him down, and they don't drop a single frag. He's just going to be existence left. The Desert Eagle has a chance to get a frag. It does take down Flamey, but he will not be safe in that gun. I'll tell you that right now. As he's stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Has the AK-47 in hand. Position given away, bomb ticking. If he finds one more kill, it'll be fantastic, but he doesn't do it. Seas takes him down and puts the 8th round on the board, and I think this is probably a good time for the pause to come in for Titan. This game is running away from them. They're so focused on that B-bomb side, sending 4 players towards it, and still losing control of key positions like drop down. I think they need to be a little bit more dynamic here. Get the AWP towards the back, perhaps. Shocks is just taking that towards the A-bomb side, not really having a huge impact with it. I'd prefer it towards Chicken Coop and having a riflers more concentrated towards the drop-down area, having that crossfire set up, and then just having the upper platform looked after by the sniper player. That seems like it'd be more effective at this point.
Well, they definitely have to come up with a plan right now. If that's going to be it or not, it's got to be effective. We already saw, like we said, that money bonus get reset mid-half. It gave Navi another massive chance to pull forward. Even still, with this timeout, they're going to be very tight. And the question is, they could force in this position, but do they bother? Do they try and eco it out one more and come in with a full punch against Navi? Let's
have a look at the money right now. So they've got Scream on $3,300. Smith's on just shy of 4K. The rest of the guys can get a buy. There would be an AWP if they really wanted to. Shocks could buy one of $5,300. So it would be a difficult buy. But at this point, I think they need to start getting rounds on the board, Matt. They need to actually take the risk. This time, it'd actually be a calculated one. You think, we can't really afford to let Navi get 9 rounds on the tee before we actually start arriving. I'd say need to buy up in this one and make that AWP do some work here. Get it towards the back of B. Whoever it is, Smiths or Shocks, I don't care. Just get someone just watching that position by themselves. Stop expending 3 men towards that area. Get this crossfire set up and drop down. And then you can have 2 players kind of rotating, 1 player on A anchoring, and let's see how that works out for them. So definitely in a horrible situation for Titan after such a great first map here, getting shut down on Dust 2. They're looking like they don't really know how to get back into this map.
It's a fairly silent timeout from what I can see. I can't quite see RPK from my position, but not really much talking going on. I wanted to look
Well,
down
it's not
more.
really much you can talk
Oh,
about,
yeah,
to be honest.
Smith's-
I mean, on CT side, he's just like, okay.
Well, the bigger thing I wanted to notice if it was going to be Existence doing more talking or if it was going to be Shox, because we know
Sure.
Shox is in the calling position, but obviously they're struggling with it right now. So if Existence wanted to jump back up, now would be the time.
Well, this is when you need your in-game leaders to work out exactly what's going on. He needs to step up. He needs to come up with a game plan to lock this down. Navi not really bringing too much to it in terms of the tactical approach. They're actually just working picks, going in together, buying their time, and then getting into a bomb site. Looks like we're ready to get back into this one now. Score currently sits at 8-2 in favor of Navi on the T side here. Titan definitely of the uphill struggle. They will be going for the buy. Shox with the AWP. It'd be interesting to see where he decides to go towards this time. We know he likes to go towards aggressive towards mid. He shuts that smoke down and can at least get intel towards the top of mid as to where the T's may be going. There's going to be a 5-man push from Navi towards the B bomb site. Once again, 4 players, 4 Titans towards that area. Need to make sure they control drop down a little bit better this time. They have got RPK in that area. So Edward, utilising the smoke on upper platform, will be looking for picks, molotoving out Chicken Coop as well.
And Smith should have spotted Zeus for sure through that gap, so he knows that they've got at least a full commitment. That's not going to be for sale, that smoke. P90, not a bad place for him to be, and he's actually going to go. He's a little bit late on that blast, but he's got to jump on them. It's turned back. Smith's only gets the one. It's all traded against them, and Navi, it's a 2-on-2, but look at the HP. Titan finally give themselves a real chance. Shox, he's holding the angle toward that drop room, but it doesn't account for the fact that Edward was sneaking up, and now they've got the B site. Scream's got to come up with something. He's able to catch off Seized. Down to the one-on-one. Edward has the bomb to plant it, but he's forward of the statue. He's low on HP. And Scream, we know how effective his aim can be. Edward's going to try and be very clever about this.
And maybe the perfect play coming in. He doesn't actually decide to go into drop down just yet. Just going to be waiting for Screen to react to this. Probably feeling the B.
He's going to hold this angle.
Coming in. This is very clever from Edward, considering his HP. He knows he needs to do something big here.
And Scream knows he can't overcommit to this. He wants to take the peek and find out more information. He thought about that window play, but he goes a little bit late. And now Edward, he's on the site already. He's going to plant it quickly. He's going to plant it just slightly in the open for a wide peek from Scream, but he hasn't taken it yet. And Scream knows it's a one-on-one, so he just waits for it to walk into his favor, and it does. Titan will pick up round 3. But now the hard work just begins, because this will reset what was a smaller money bonus this time. Only 2 rounds, but all 4 out of 5, math's hard, died. So they're going to be still tight for money.
Well, their money is absolutely knackered still. After losing 4 men, then they do win the round, but only getting, what, $3,200 going to this round, and they get the bonus for the bomb defuse as well. But look at the money across the board. What, 3,700 average, I guess, going forward. They're going to be on Famises, an AK. It's going to be a difficult round for Titan going forward. Still not out of the woods just yet. Smith's on the P90. So not a single kit between them. The bomb goes down, they're in a real precarious position. So this time Navi, they're going for the 5 AK-47s. Definitely have the advantage going to this one. Once again, Shox going to be the solo man towards A. And they're pushing long as well. But this is that fast play for Navi once again, going straight up towards mid.
Edwards quickly to do so as well. He's got the AK in position. Flash actually catches him. That was from his teammate trying to prevent them from crossing over. But what it did do is prevent him from spotting the cross. That gives Shox the lineup shot. A little bit clumsy, and Navi, although they had a very fast play and a little bit of map control to work with, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. And that gives Shox the position to still be able to at least get more information, even though he's low on HP, to allow RPK to time his peak. Scream's coming in now as well, and he's going to get another kill. It's Seized, who manages to at least take down 1 and bring it to just 2 remaining. But a very tough position to be in with only 22 HP. He's already thrown at the 1 Molotov, and Smiths is waiting. Now the money starts to add up.
I actually like that round from Titan. Obviously, we see Shox committed towards that long A, can hear the footsteps towards mid, cause the rotations over, and they've got a very nice retake and actually stifled the T's towards the top of middle. They weren't actually able to get past that wall area at the top of mid, and it seems like that was a very good play from them. That's actually working out very nicely for them. They can get the rest of the rounds here, definitely have a chance here. That round stabilizes the economy a little bit more. They get 1 kit this time on Smiths. They have full rifles this time. But in terms of Navi, they still have a full buy here. This time Guardian has AWP. You'd assume it's going to be more of the same going forward, trying to work the slow picks, maybe get towards upper platform once more. I mean, Molotov's out of it straight away, but that tree boost coming in. Well, now there's going to be Existence for Titan. That's going to be Existence with it. RPK gets the first kill, drop down, making a double as well. Secures this round potentially for Titan. That's fantastic work from him. Knocking down Flamey and Z's there. Guardian's still alive with this AWP, but not going to have any positional control really as he's been smoked out.
RPK was big in that spot yesterday, so he has to come up the same today. Edward, he's going to push forward, trying to see if he can at least figure out what else is going on in this A site. because obviously B has failed, it's foiled, it's down to just the 2 players remaining, and they're so split up right now that one of them's got to do something. They have to force the issue. 2 players push out actually behind Zeus. Oh, that's a problem. That headshot pretty much means that he's in a world of trouble. Bomb is behind him. His teammates snuck into A, but as I was about to say, 2 players went behind him to danger, so now they're even more split up, and he knows that that's not possible. There's no way that they're going to be stacking a site in this situation, so Edward has to go on the hunt if he's going to give his teammate any line of avenue toward the site for free, and Shox has already found him. That's the round done.
Yeah, this is all about the RPK show. Into doors, drop down. Actually got players focusing on that area this time. Finds 3 kills and headshots another as well. So just going to leave Edward in an almost unwinnable situation, I would say. Finds the first kill to RPK. The MVP of that round, he gets taken down. But the headline is Titan get the 5th round on the board. 2 to go. Going to need both of these rounds. I think they may have broken the economy of Navi as well. They actually have done that. So this time they won't have much more than Tech9s going forward. I wouldn't like to see them invest too heavily into this round. Try and save it for the last and have a nice healthy buy. Zeus can justify some head armor. Looks like C's is actually going all in on this time. He's going to have a full investment going into this one. Same with Guardian as well. It's going to be difficult for them going to the next round, but let's see what their approach is this time. Looks like 5 players going towards the B area. Looks like a fast play coming in. Just one towards drop down. It's going to be C's flashing through. He's going to get behind enemy lines as well here.
He's actually got good position, does good damage on the shot screen, and Smiths go low, but they're still alive, and that's all that matters because now it's just Flamey remaining, and all the kills stack up in their favor. Bomb flung forward beyond the edge of the precipice, and that means he has to commit. He cannot run and hide with the Deagle. And it's now 6 for Titan, a good turnaround after the timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. After that timeout, they get 4 in a row. Seems like they've worked out what the problems were, adjusted to it, can actually get the rotations properly towards A. They're controlling drop down a lot better this time, and now they've got Smiths and Shox with a double AWP setup. And you assume this round should be going in their favour. Smiths with a decent spawn towards middle, but he's actually going to be going back towards back towards B, and I assume he's playing chicken coop from that sort of position. So this round looks like Titan is theirs for the taking. Shox once again towards danger with that AWP.
They've not gone for the boost play, which we saw them experiment with yesterday. But with 4 players over on B this time, they could try and time it. Either way, Existence, he'll stay on the front side of the site toward the alleyway, and they'll leave it up to Smiths to play the more elongated wide angle. He's low on HP, but the shot from Shox over toward A actually pays off. That's the about 3rd or 4th time he's played aggressively toward A and actually had it pay off. It's traded. That's the important part. They'll go back to grab the bomb, but it's also caused a rotation.
Now then, this is all for Navi to play for. They can actually distract towards A. It seems to be one player, which will be Guardian, with the AWP by himself, and the rest of the guys heading towards B. So I'd assume he probably wants to get over there as quickly as he possibly can. 2 players towards A for Titan still, so only going to have 2 waiting on the B bomb site. If Navi go now, definitely could have the number advantage going to this bomb site. And you can see the CTs now pushing in towards long A, trying to get in a sort of intel, and they probably realise what's going on right now. Smith's towards the back of the chicken coop. Needs to hit that shot. Needs to at least land 1 shot here.
Yeah, they put Guardian down already, so he's committed. They're going to try and make this work. Flamey and Edward, they're going to be the ones to join in from the B platform. Seized is just waiting to cut off anyone who goes window to protect Guardian, but it's going to be Scream who confronts him. Guardian hits the up-close shot. Now he knows they're toward the chicken coop as well. More importantly, though, Seized has taken RPK. This gives Guardian all the space in the world to play with, and it's down to just Existence. Trapped in the back of the site. Chance to deny the bomb plant, but not much more. Guardian's going to hold it, and it's 9-6 in favor of Navi.
Yeah, Guardian with some fantastic play there, getting those quick shots on the bomb site. 3 for him in that round. Really nice play for the last one. He's going to put it in towards 9-6 in favor of Navi on the T side. Titan definitely have an uphill struggle going to this one. They won the pistol in the first half, but then got eco'd in the second round, if you remember. So
yeah, I mean,
Titan need to do the same thing, but actually get the 3-0 here. They have a real chance getting into this.
That's the thing. I mean, both pistols that they have won against 3-2 and pistols in this series. Both pistols Titan have won have resulted in ecos immediately after.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's huge for Navi. The fact that it's 9-6 is actually impressive considering that. So,
losing the pistol and getting 9 rounds on the T side, that's huge. So Titan definitely in the back foot. After that pause, they looked a lot stronger, so that's impressive. Some signs of hope there, and hopefully they can work on that and build on it. Let's be interested to see what they bring to the pistol round. Obviously, a lot of teams will favour the B bomb site, but you have 2 real options here. So you either go straight up armor rush, you go towards drop down, you try and swarm the bomb site there, and you go split the bomb site like that, or you can do the A split, which is a similar sort of approach. You go 2 players towards drop down, 3 players towards middle, and you kind of pincer onto way like that. That's the 2 most common pistol rounds we'll see going forward here. So I'd assume it'd probably be the latter from Titan on the T side.
I like the A drop because it's easy to cut off the rotations as well. So if you don't get success toward the long A position and your players don't make it toward the site, okay, then you just run straight to A and you help them. You help take down the players defending. If you're successful on that, then you're already in a really good position to cut off rotation. So it's extremely, extremely
yeah, it means you can leave one
powerful.
player and connect as well. So if the bomb goes down, you have him almost just lurking and watching that position. But here we go. We get into the second half now. Titan trailing behind. They're on 6 rounds on the T side. Let's have a look at their buy and see what they bring to the table here. It's going to be one utility player on existence so far. The rest of the guys are going to be on 4 sets of armor. Zeus bringing out the Julies. He fancies his chances here. Obviously, since the buff, we've seen him come into the meta a lot more. Can cause some huge damage with the spray downs here. The rest of the guys going to be on armor. No kits purchased for Navi. That's interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely meaning that they want to play aggressive. 5 sets of armor, no utilities. They want to take the fight. Actually, I take that back. They've got the 1 smoke on Zeus, but the goal is to deny the plant, not play the retake game. They've stacked up B and doing it. The problem is that the bomb's heading toward A quite quickly as well. C's realizes he's going to fall back, and now everyone's hot on their horses to try and make it back in time. And Flamey, he's the only one to evade the smoke, to get back into the site with full vision, so he needs to help Zeus in a big way right now. Guardian's got some spotting, but Scream and Smiths, they've already found 2 kills. RPK gets Zeus, it's all falling apart. Shox walks forward, he's going to take down Guardian as well, and Edward, he's locked out of this situation. He may pick up a few kills here, but it's very unlikely without a kit that he's got any chance of making this round happen.
Yeah, it's a really clean round there from Titan, exactly what they needed. Getting towards long A, forcing the CT back to the bomb site, smoke out connector, Molotov the site, flush it out, and just make the kills happen there. The key thing about that as well, Shox was lurking towards drop down. As soon as his team showed their presence towards A, he came in for the perfect flank, pincered the CTs, and he had no retake possible whatsoever. So really nice clean round from them. The problem is they are getting the pistols in this series, they're just losing the second round buys. And once again, Navi coming in with the 5.7s and Deagles as well. They're definitely not out of the woods just yet. Titan will have 3 SMG players, 2 AKs in the forms of Scream and Smiths. Once again heading towards long A, 4 players there, and it's going to be Scream, solo man towards B, just watching for any pushes coming in. Sees with that 5.7 towards long A. They're actually going to choose to go back towards middle here. Try and keep the range.
Yeah, Scream's got this AK already in position. I'm interested to see how these SMGs are going to act in this round. There's a decent chance that they'll go on the aggression. Obviously, that's what you would prefer, so you don't lose the higher firepower. Plus, not only that, if they're successful, they add up the money quite quickly. We know the $600 kill reward, all except the P90, and there isn't one of those, so it will be 600 on every kill that they do achieve. Either way, they're going to lurk in. AK is going to open up the site from the long angle. The SMG is going to go for the quick drop. Guardian with the Deagle has the same potential from range, but not able to fire that shot. Scream just holds the angle and now takes him down. And the SMGs, they're already pushing forward, but Flamey manages to turn back and at least drop one of them. Zeus shows up and he taps 2 of them. And it's now just left to Shox and Smiths, but that's enough. They won't get ecoed. Finally, they succeed in picking up the second round.
Yeah, that's the main thing here. Obviously, it came a little bit hairy towards the end there. Zeus finding some Deagle shots, but they played it well. The Guardian missing that first shot was a godsend for them. They managed to get off the platform as soon as he missed that first shot. They got together, stayed as that unit, frags exchange, get the bomb down, and work together. And they nailed the round. That's just so important for them. They didn't want to get ecoed at that point. It would have been such a huge loss for them. So they go to 9-8. Navi can't really justify much more than some PT-50s going to this round. Sees that's a flashbang. Looks like actually a 5-man stack towards the A-bomb side this time. This is the perfect play for Titan as they make their way towards B. Smith's leading the charge here through the smoke. They should cut on soon. It's a clear bomb site. Shox towards middle of that map 10. Good to find some rotation kills as well. I probably want to hold this position and wait for any CT reaction to come in.
Yeah, but either way, this round is looking done and dusted already.
Yeah, you can see the CT reacting now. They probably realise as to what's going on. If you don't put any players towards B, it's pretty much an all-in.
Okay, he'll get confronted. He needs to hit these shots. He's down to 2 HP. He's actually surprisingly sticking around on it. But they will do enough damage that it allows him to pick up at least 1, make it 2, so he only needs 2 HP.
Wow.
He's got a 3rd one, and Shox will close it out. That's impressive considering the situation for him.
2 HP and finds 3 kills. That's pretty massive for him. So we come to 9-9 now. Can Titan hold on for the gun round? This will be massive if they can. It'll force Navi onto another eco and really start their T campaign off with a bang. So we go into this. Navi after the force buy can't justify an AWP. It'll be full rifle buys here. Not a single kit. All Molotovs as well. So definitely handy advantage towards the French side here as we go into round number 19. Seems like they will be heavily focused towards the B bomb side. If that's the bomb and T spawn though, I'm not sure. So someone's just realised Scream's running back with his tail between his legs as they realise what's going on.
Edward needs to be careful. They've put out so many utilities. They know he's going to push through. He knows in turn that they will do the same, and there's no Molotov to cover off the archway. So Navi, they get the man advantage. Zeus, though, this is where the real battle is going to take place. because they've got 3 players poised for that drop. They forced him out of the room. He has to dodge the first flash, and in doing so, Existence times it perfectly, and the SMG wins, and it's not only going to do that, it's going to go forward. RPK gets Edward, and Titan may prevail until Guardian shows up. That brings back down to 2 versus 2. They're still on the outside of the site. Navi, they can't go for the plant comfortably just yet. Now with Smith taking Guardian, they can, and seized. He has to find the kill. He spots up the gun barrel of at least one, but he's hyper-focused on it. The Smiths catch it off on the adjacent peak, and he lines up almost together, but Scream will win it. And Titan do come out with the lead.
That's a massive round for Titan to win. Obviously, that Mach 10 going huge. Normally a weapon we wouldn't see prevail in that sort of situation, but a lot of the Navi players there didn't have head armor. And against the Mach 10, you just get absolutely chewed apart from that gun. So it's a dream situation for Shox as he comes out there, and they find that first gun round. 10 plays 9, they take the advantage now. And Navi with no choice but to do a full eco here. They need to get Guardian on the AWP, something that can spiral out of control if you allow it to. So not going to be purchasing too much here. Just Desert Eagles and some 5.7s, no armor. They're going to be stacking towards B once more.
Seas tries to win with that Deagle, but Smiths, the AK from range, the headshot at that, doesn't lose any HP in the process. As we know, we talked about it round 2. Well, this isn't much of a different situation, that an eco is still possible here from Navi.
Yeah.
Existence is just lurking above that drop position, knows that he wants to get down there, but can't do it hastily because Zeus would be waiting. And Shox is going to hold off the long angle. Edward and Flamey have a decent crossfire setup right now. Long watch Guardian, though.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Guardian's found some positional control. Maybe able to get the shot onto Smiths. He's waiting for something to come into his crosshairs. Going to decide to fall back now as the rest of his team are waiting and beat as Titan make their push in. Shox leading the charge. Flamey going to challenge as well. Says spot and drops off.
That's the information gathered. It's Edward that tries to switch out. The bait and switch, but it doesn't pay off. Flamey does get one out of it, but it still favors Titan. With Scream getting 2 more kills, they'll walk into a site again. And we'll have to wait for the rifles to come back up for Navi to respond. They'll be down 2 rounds when they arrive. Not only that, they'll have a max loss round bonus that they'll be in danger of resetting, so they need the next round because the further that goes, the more danger that becomes.
This is it. So Guardian finds a frag. Just looking to build his bankroll any way he can. He's going to have $3,400 going next round, so he can definitely get the AWP. $6,500 for him, but Titan definitely are firing all cylinders now. You can see Smiths with 10k. They can afford to lose a couple of rounds and still be able to buy here. So they're in a very strong position indeed. Decent spawns as well. Could just go for that straight up B rush and set the tone for this next gun round here. Guardian with the AWP as predicted. What's his play here? It's going to be based around this man if he can find the first pick, especially considering the T's don't have an AWP as well. He has full control here. Going to be going down towards the bottom of mid, means he can spot towards the top and see if he can spot any terrorists there and at least give a decent call off. That's what will be going on. Looks like that B rush will be coming in for Titan as well.
Pop flash down early. Edward caught by that, but doesn't hesitate to push through anyway, and he might just line them up. It's only 1, but Shox kills RPK, so it's actually favorable for Navi. That lets Flamey take down Smith, and watch for Zeus coming back through the alleyway. The last remaining player, Existence, has at least managed to get deep inside the site, but Zeus is aware of it. And it's now 11-10. That was a pretty shaky play on platform, but that team kill definitely helps.
It definitely helps. But like Titan with that, they're trying to set the tone. They've got a great bankroll there. They're trying to exploit Navi, whether they're adapting or trying something a little bit different. They went for the straight up B rush there, try to surprise them. Obviously didn't work out. Edward getting that first kill, and then Shox coming with the team frag as well. Really did discombobulate the T's a little bit there, and they dropped like flies after that point. But I think that's absolutely fine. You can see they're going to a proper setup this time. Smiths with the AWP. They'll be slowing things right down now, waiting for that aggression to come in from Guardian. This time he's towards go top of middle. That's what we're looking for. Guardian takes down that first frag on the RPK at the top of mid, and that's all they needed to do. Now they can go to a much more passive setup and make the T's force the issue here. Maybe Collateral as well. Screen goes down to 53 HP. I think he actually got him through RPK. So that's massive from Guardian to open things up here in round 22.
RPK leads the way for frags on his team, by the way. This is very much his map, but mostly on that CT side, so we'll see who takes the lead for Titan on the aggression. Flamey, meanwhile, it has the same total, 18 right now for Navi. Guardian still looking for information on A, but Existence, he's so far back, he's scared actually, a bit timid to walk in just to even the mid control because he knows that there might be a chance someone's there. Not only that, if Guardian still has that AWP focused in that position, it's going to be a task just to get safely past that first bullet.
This is the thing. Look how passive Navi are now. With that man advantage, they can afford to make the T's do a full execution here. That's exactly what's going to happen. Get the call off, call for the rotations, and then you've got the man advantage. Utilize it into your benefit.
Existence smartly saw that flash coming from the top of the HUD on the platform. Dodges it, checks the corners, and now they'll be able to walk up the ramp. Shox dodging another flash. Still no kills working out for Titan. In fact, they're going to Navi. Zeus and Seas, they each get one. And Smith's now left with Scream. Not even that. His friend is gone. Not a hope in the world. Just 4 men left to take away all of his dreams, and they'll do exactly that. And speaking of dreams, it's 11-11, Henry.
Make a wish, Matthew.
There you go.
I'm sure with an American audience, they'll know what that means. I still don't know what it means.
That's why I think they would.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Make a wish. What's your wish?
I can't say. It'll ruin it.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't come true then, of course.
That's right. That's
Anyway,
how it works, Henry.
that was actually textbook Counter-Strike from Navi there. That's how you do it. You get the first pick on the map, you fall back, you force the issue on the tees, and you can see Titan just really didn't have a footing in there whatsoever. Just completely stifled by the smoke grenades and Molotovs coming in. Great crossfire setup, and all came down to that first pick from Guardian. They're going to be forced down to a Tech 9 buy here. It's more of a quality buy. They still have money for next round, so just using the money they had left over. Going to be coming out to a platform as well. That kill should come in favor of Edward, which it does, bringing it down to the 5-on-4. It looks like now we're going to drop down, and big blood pop going down there. Smith takes down Zeus.
Flamey getting up close. Flash almost catches him, but he's still able to get one. Guardian, he hits the second. It looked like he got both from our angle, but the obituary read otherwise, and now Scream gets Edward, but it's just him versus 3, and Navi, they've claimed back the lead.
Good discipline from Titan there. Normally they'd force buy these situations and throw the game away at this sort of stage, but they actually just went for the quasi buy, give themselves a decent amount of cash here. Smiths can definitely get the AWP if they so wish. I would probably say that's a good idea. Guardian's being very aggressive. He wants to just hold off and see if he can get that first pick on him. Smith picks it up, and this is where it comes out to Guardian changing his position of every round. If he can be mobile, dynamic, take the issue towards him, facing different positions every single time, that's when he becomes a lot more scary. This time he's going towards B, so he will be trying to change up his tactics a little bit and surprise the T-Series. They look like they're going to a much more passive setup. You can see them towards the top and middle there, just trying to wait for him to show his hand. But this time there's only going to be C's there towards danger. And 2 players for Titan making their way towards the upper platform. There's going to be Shocks as well. Waiting for CT aggression. He's got this little gap there through the smoke, and he made head on Guardian. He's going to have a little shot, but Guardian capitalizes and finds that first frag once again. This guy has arrived on the server completely and opens it up and brings the advantage towards Navi.
Well, what this does do, though, is because the bomb was waiting over at A, that first kill discourages Titans from going toward B, where 3 players are still waiting. They haven't forced rotation, so they're going to walk into A. In a weird way, Guardian's pick actually favored Titan, just based on the setup.
Yeah.
And now they've got the A site to work with. Zeus is going to try and rotate over, but Smith, there it is. There's no smoke at the door. He hits the shot, and suddenly Navi have to save.
It's actually really true. The fact that Guardian got their first pick, normally alarm bells go off saying they're coming towards B. As soon as he gets a pick there, the execution comes in towards A. The CTs can't rotate in time. The frags are found from Smiths and RPK. And actually bringing it down to the 4-on-2 situation. Didn't lose anything more than that first pick, and that's actually really crazy considering what's just happened going on in this round. Edward's going to be the last remaining player. Bomb ticking away. He's not long for this world. You can see them hunting him down. He's going to be towards the upper platform by himself, looking for anyone hunting him. But what a turnaround of the round. We thought that would be all tied up, and that first pick comes in.
Well, now it will be all tied up in the scoreboard. 12-12. Titans strike back.
Navi still do have a decent bank of cash, so they're not going to be too badly affected. But there it is. Edward gets taken down by Smith. Nice way to finish things off for him. So Titan staying alive in this one. 12-12. We'll have a look at the Navi buy coming in. They definitely can afford to buy. It's going to be a difficult one, though. Not going to have everything available to them. Guardian with the AWP once more has been good for those first picks, but that one actually letting them down a little bit. Edward will be going for the Mag 7. Definitely a gun that's viable on this map. It does such huge work towards the upper platform and drop down.
Everyone's bought down to 3 digits or less for Navi, except for Guardian. He's got 2150, and he didn't buy any grenades. So he elects not to go for utilities, which obviously indicates exactly this. He wants to play extremely aggressive and not even bother deploying those, so he'll save the money for later. Doesn't find that first pick on the boost. Seas now gets in danger. He'll wait for anyone to push forward. This is exactly what happened last time, is they had a player over here, but not the second man in A, so they actually managed to sneak in behind that player and plant as we saw, but this time it's going to be different. He's actually waiting correctly. Z's, he knows they're coming from either side. RPK wins the duel, but Guardian's closer. Guardian's lined up, but they cross over. Scream's made it by. He gets the second shot, but he has to run and hide because they're coming from both angles, and he catches the edge of the wall. So unfortunate, and now Smiths with that kill gives Titan another chance to get another round. Zeus comes out, covered by the smoke thrown by his own team. It takes down Shocks, and they're going to put through that vent. Fire's still deployed on the top of the balcony. Bomb will go down. It delays the retake further, but Navi, they've got a kit in the hands of Flamey, and now it's an even situation, 3 versus 3. An RPK low HP. Zeus finds the first one on existence. Smiths gets back into it. Zeus is being careful. He knows Smiths is behind that wall. He knows it's extremely wallable as well, but where it's an AWP, he doesn't want to leave himself in the open. Edward's got RPK, and they're going to push them together, and even if one gone down, the other was there for the trade. It's going to be Navi's round.
No, it might not be, you know. He hasn't got a kit, and the fire's down there. This might be actually not be winnable. It's not. He's actually done it. Another 3-on-1 working in his favor. That's huge. The Molotov deployed just before he dies as well. Decides not to go for the kills there. Drops the Molotov on the bomb, and it's absolutely perfect. Wins another round. He did the same thing on train, you remember. Such a smart play from him, and that's going to be devastating. Just taking a sip there. ice in his veins. Smiths wins another 3-on-1 without actually getting any kills. That's great.
Wow. The pyrotechnics, Smiths, that is extremely impressive. And twice it's been the fact that there wasn't a kit available on the play, because that one was totally winnable. Even
Crazy
still with the
scenes.
fire on the edge, he knew he had to go for it. He started burning. It was burning too quickly compared to how much was time the duration was left in the flames. They've gone for the timeout immediately. This was Guardian's call.
This is where you'll see Zeus go absolutely hammer his team and try to work out what's going on. Who will win this match? Titan, 72% in their favor. So it's looking that way, to be honest, considering the money Navi have available. They did save a couple of weapons there. The rest of the guys on about 2K average across the board. This is getting really exciting now. We're getting to the business end of this match. And it seems like Titan definitely in the driving seat. That 3-on-1, absolutely huge, Matt. I still can't believe how that went down. It looked like it was almost unwinnable for Smiths there, but that Molotov, he knew what he had to do. Just guaranteed himself the round there. Crazy scenes.
Twice in one match that it's been that exact situation.
3-on-1. Molotov gets deployed, no kit. Just someone's smiling down on him there, and he gets away with it. So Navi trying to work out what they can do going into this round. Definitely on the back foot here. They've saved an AWP on Zeus, an M4 on Edward. The rest of the guys definitely can't buy up into this round, so some magic required here. If they do force them to this, lose it. They force up into this round and lose it. It's pretty much game over at that stage. They won't have anything to play with, Matt. So it's all to play for now. They need to work out how they're going to approach this.
Consider this storyline as well. Navi, runner-up at the majors just last
Literally
weekend.
in the final, the biggest tournament we do in CSGO.
And Titan out in groups, as was the team that took down Navi yesterday, Mouse Sports. They've only won one map so far in this tournament. Pretty impressive stuff. Not only that, Titan has Shocks calling. So all of the analysts agree that, potentially there's not much hope for them, but really, I mean, right now they're just taking the fights, they're winning the duels, and Navi is struggling to control the map and any sense of imagination.
Well, this will go down in history as one of the great classic series we've casted at this event. It's been absolutely back and forth, a real close affair, and it's just coming to the crescendo now as we are getting back into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise as we come back into it. We're coming to the end of this game now, as Titan are picking up the AK-47's existence on the Tech 9, it seems, and Guardian with the AWP. They haven't got much to play with. Max 7, 5-7 in hand.
And no one going toward drop. That's unfortunate because Zeus was waiting with the Mag 7. We know that JW can make a shotgun work there. It's extremely powerful, but RPK, he's got the first one. It shocks, and RPK with 2. And suddenly Titan looks very good. Guardian, you never rule him out. He's got 2 himself. He comes back in with the repeat. And although the bomb goes down, Smiths will finally silence the biggest killer and the best threat Navi had. It's down to Seized, 1-on-3, and he is a long way away from this bomb site. No kit whatsoever. He's going to look for guns.
Yeah, not really much he can do. This is the nightmare situation for Navi. They're only going to get $2,400 going into the next round. They force spot into that one. After this, they're looking down the barrel of series point here. So up against the ropes now, Navi. What is their play? Sees with just a 5-7 in hand, wants to probably just save the head armor at this point. Not really much else he can do. If he could find an exit frag, which won't be coming to him, that would be okay. But Titan, assertive play towards B, find the entry frags and taking advantage of the money situation.
He's just searching for guns at that point, too. He's going to run to
Got one.
everywhere there's a corpse. Yeah.
Okay, so he did well to actually get that. But look, there's the writings on the wall. $2,400 coming into their bank accounts. And Titan, 1 away from series point. I'm not really sure what the play is from Navi here. They obviously have to force by, I think. Well, they save the AK, need to do something with it. Guardian with the scout.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for him to do anything with that, considering the way Titan are playing right now.
Absolutely. And he's going to head over toward B with that. It's going to be another 4-1 split on the defensive side. This time, fortunately for them, they've got the 4 on the right side of the map because everyone from Titan right now, rather, is committed to B. They had a really aggressive push as well from Seized. He was almost out toward the statue, the courtyard, on the opposing side of the map. That would have gotten all the information. Instead, he's going back. He doesn't want to go for the flank play, and it's going to be a heads-up fight. Guardian with the scout is able to take RPK. He hit him twice, in fact, but that allowed him to take Edward, and now Scream comes back in with 2 of his own. Suddenly, things looking very, very grim for Navi. And as you say, it could be series point for Titan, not unless Zeus has anything to say about it. He'll take down Smiths. They know Shocks is still yet to be found, and they have a chance that it could be toward drop. So Zeus, he doesn't want to overcommit to this. He's going to wait and see if Shocks will show his face, but there's no reason for him to do so. He can just wait for his teammates to do the work. Bomb's not planted because, again, no mistakes want to be made, and Scream comes around at the end. It's 15 for Titan and only 12 for Navi.
Just taking advantage of the money situation there. They knew that Navi were completely on the back foot, just went towards B. Simple play from them, smoking off the upper platform, getting in, forcing the issue, finding those entry kills as well. Puts them on series point. Navi need 3 in a row to stay alive here. They lose this game, they're out of the tournament, and that's such a crazy storyline going forward. But here we go then, round number 28. It's gone all the way. They're going to have 5 rifles. No AWP on Guardian this time. It's been definitely pivotal in getting those first picks. And what are Titan going to bring to the table this round?
He's just going to wait as well in behind this smoke to try and catch them off. We haven't seen him play this angle. He's been playing from danger. This might work. One player already gone by. It's RPK. But is he going to spot him in that smoke first? He finally does. He's got the problem now that he knows they've gone up danger, so Zeus has to contribute. He has to get kills in the flash. That's not going to allow it. They've made it at least onto the site. Bomb will join. Flamey's there. Flamey, not enough. He's taken down as well, and it's down to Edward. Oh, look at the HP, though. It's still possible. The problem is the utilities will hold him out. This could be a massive clutch from Edward. He's got no kit. It's the same problem they've seen before. Smiths as well, keep in mind, is still alive. Fortunately not with a Molotov. As time continues to tick and Edward's hoping that they'll extend, they'll pop out in the open, but they can die with the bomb. They can sacrifice themselves. There's no next round if it goes to that situation, and Exist will force it. Navi are gone, and Titan, they'll move forward.
What a crazy game that was. It looked like after the second map, Navi had finally arrived and turned up what was going on, and then Titan on the third map, I think the analysts wrote them out of this one. They come in, they lose the first half, and somehow step up absolutely massively on their T side.
And that all started with a timeout when it was something along the lines of 6-2 to make that comeback. 9-6 at the half, still a little bit behind, but that second half, I mean, they just completely outplayed.
That's so true, right? You go 6-2 down on the CT side, you end up losing the half 9-6, you claw yourself back into it, win the pistol in the second half, and they were just so strong on that T side. I think the most important moment of that game was when Navi force brought up the 3-on-1 situation with the Molotov there. That was game defining at that point. If had they lost that round, it definitely would have been forced into an eco. Navi would have got some money together, and they'd probably be looking at a different result here. But Smiths stepping up huge in that round. Once again, the 3-on-1 situation with the Molotov goes massive there.
That's crazy.
This is the thing. Navi are now out of the tournament. The finalists from the major just gone by, and now they're knocked out in the group stages.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff and gives Titan a chance for a potential rematch. We don't yet know if it's Luminosity or Mouse Sports that they're playing. We may actually. I don't have an update on that, but that series was going on.
Well, I had
the
a lot of
stream.
shouting coming from over there.
Maybe
So
it's Luminosity.
I wasn't really sure.
They were
what was
definitely
going on.
ahead in the first map. We had that update from Scoots, but again, this is a really crazy fact that Navi, again, runner-up. They lost to two teams that went out in the group, so definitely showing, I would say, a little bit lack of form as much as Titan impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Navi will be looking and scratching their heads a little bit as to what the hell happened there. They were in the driving seat, winning the first half on the tee, and you have to make some serious mistakes there to actually throw away that kind of game. But I think that's it from us, Matt.
Yep.
We'll be sending it down to the analyst desk, but we'll be back soon. I think later on, but stay tuned.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Again, Navi starts out strong. You know, they lose pistol, but then they force and they start a nice little run on that first side.
Yep.
But again, cannot close it out, and then Titan kind of finds the fire within them and pulls it out.
What's interesting is both the maps that Titan won, when the game was poised and tied and balanced, both of them pivoted on Smiths winning a 1v3. Happened on Train, happened on Cobble. So that, for me, tells its own story there. I mean, like, we've already said, Navi have been uncharacteristically bad here. They got rolled by Mouse Sports on maps they should be winning. They've been, rolled here on Cobble, right? Which, well, not rolled, but, they should have won it. I feel they definitely, after that 9-6 first half, you've got to close that game out. They didn't. They looked real shaky in the first map. So, look, ultimately, Titan have had to dig deep. They've had to rely on somebody that you can't usually rely on to do something ridiculous to get them these map wins. Credit to them for winning it, but it's not like Titan have put on a masterclass on how to play here. This is just about Navi. I mean, it's both things. Titan have stepped their game up a little bit, but Navi have been uncharacteristically poor.
If this was the Navi that made it to the final of the major, well, the context now would be, wow, Titan have really proved they're a world-class team, and maybe they're going places, and hey, they could win this event. No, Navi looked nothing like they did at the major. Even the game they had on Dust 2 that they won, yeah, okay, the score was comfortable. That wasn't like world-class Counter-Strike where you're like, what phenomenal performance. They're looking really dangerous here. So I don't know what's gone wrong in Navi. I mean, admittedly, before the major, they'd been in kind of a slump. The major lifted them out of it. They looked incredible. All the players at different times in the tournament had their moments. Now they look very, very poor. Sadly, Titan didn't look that great themselves. They had some good performances out of some of the lesser players, but you look at them going forwards and you say, if they're going to play against Luminosity now in a rematch, I mean, it's looking like it should be the same as before. Luminosy's looking fresh. They're looking good. It's going to be hard for Titan to get out this group. Now, if they can, maybe they can gradually get better round by round, game by game. That might be an interesting story, but at the moment, I'm still not that convinced, even though Titan's won the series and has upset the bigger favourite at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, not convinced by either team. I mean, Flamey, like you say, he had a reasonable performance in terms of kills here, but it was C's that was kind of absent. I felt like I don't think. Like, usually you can rely on him to, like, kind of lock sites down. It's very important on Cobble that you either do the damage, get the kills, or you at least bide the time for people on the rotate. It's quite a broad map. That didn't really seem to be happening. There was a number of times where the sort of T pushes from Titan, they were just getting onto sites kind of willy-nilly. There wasn't really a lot of resistance. They were able to get out and just be in advantageous crossfires as the CTs were rotating into them. That should never be happening on Cobble. That shouldn't be happening from when Navi are doing it. The CT side's usually solid. So
I will give Navi Titan credit, though. Like I said, coming into this, they still hadn't shown me anything on T side of Cobble. They did this time. They had some good work there. But again, that's what's so bizarre about the two map losses for Navi. Train and Cobble, they did really good work T side. You're thinking, right, strong team, close it out CT side. This should be doable. It should have been the easier side for them. But actually, it's on the easier side when they lose the game. So there's something's wrong with Navi at the moment. I mean, it could just be maybe the major was the massive overperformance, and they are still stuck in the mire of that slump. But it's so bizarre that it could be night and day just from one tournament like a week or so ago.
yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us on this segment. When we come back from commercial break, we are going to be sitting down with Shox one more time for an interview from the stage. But then, our next match, again, going to be a crazy one, Dignitas Virtus Pro. Initial thoughts on that?
You go first.
I mean, after yesterday, suddenly, hey, maybe Dignitas can play here. Maybe they've got a chance. Seems unlikely they can win. It is still Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro's a team where, even if they played close on that map against Conquest, they just have so much in the locker on all the maps. They're so dangerous, and they've got such good players as well. So I think Dignitas is really up against it to try and win and get out in first place here. And if they don't get out in first place, they know, hey, we might be playing a Team Liquid rematch. That's losable. So you have to feel like they have to win this match right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just to sort of reiterate, I'm not entirely convinced by Dignitas. It took Pimp really stepping up, which hasn't happened a lot lately. Can he do that again today? Well, he's been inconsistent by definition for a while now. I think they've got some issues in terms of wondering where this roster's going to go. Almost feels like they just played a kind of a loose YOLO style against Team Liquid. I think if you do that against Virtus Pro, you're going to get wrecked.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. So again, we do say goodbye to Navi. They seem to have the curse of the runner-ups happening, not only at CEVO, but certainly at the last major. Titan does move on, squeak on through, so they're still alive. Again, when we come back, Shox is going to chat about it.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Here we are with Shocks from Titan, and he just had a big 2-1 victory over Navi, and that actually knocking Navi out of the tournament, allowing you to stay in the tournament. Were you worried coming into this match?
Yes, of course, because it was like the last match if we lose, and we really showed a bad face yesterday, so I really didn't want just to go home with just to show this kind of off level, like it was really bad, so yeah, it was really like an exciting match, and I'm really happy that we are the winners.
Yeah, awesome. So you started off on Train, and then you moved into Dust 2, and Dust 2 was so one-sided. I mean, I guess the play was bad. I mean, maybe take us through that, how you felt about the map itself, and how come it was so one-sided.
The thing is, like, the map is good, like I love this, but I don't know, like, since few weeks we had some bad results on this too, but I was like just being like, okay, shit happens, you know, and just take it, and you. I was still thinking like we can be really good on it, and I guess it was just like a bad timing, and we definitely have to more practice on this too. So.
Cool. So the other interesting thing is that you're calling. Is this the first event that you're calling, or did you also call at Cluj?
No, it's the first time, yeah.
Yeah, now you're not new to calling, obviously. You called for Epsilon, I'm sure for a little bit. What is the reason, since you have Existence, who's, that's been his primary job for so long, what made you start calling, and do you enjoy it?
The thing is, like, let's be honest, like, our results are really bad since we created the team in August, since we had the French shuffle, and by never passing the group stage or stuff like this, like, we need something different. I still think like Existence is the most good thing we can have as an in-game leader, but yeah, just try some different things, And for the moment, what we want to do is like just making me as an in-game leader for like a short period of time to get some new energy for the team, and because it's different, so you have more challenge and stuff. So Existence put a lot of work and a lot of effort since few months, and I guess he needs some rest, because like in your head when you are working so hard and it just don't work, it's really hard for yourself. And I was feeling like it's hard for him, and I can help him by just taking his role for a short period of time. It can be good for the team, and it can be good for himself, so he can just take back a little bit from the game. But for sure, like, it's just a short period of time, and he will come back as the real in-game leader we need to have.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So maybe what are the takeaways that he gets from you, or like what do you think you do differently than he does when he calls?
Honestly, I don't really know. I guess he's more like tactics, and more like everything is normally planned. Like you have to do a lot of work based on the preparation and stuff. And me, it's more like more working on the instinct and the feeling in game. Like I can call anything if for me it's a good option. So sometimes it's just like, we never did it or whatever. But for me, when you are playing at a competition level like this, you should be able to adapt yourself anytime, anywhere.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so that's all very interesting. In your last map, or all the maps actually, towards the end, or the first and third map, were really close. You went, I think 12-12, 13-13, going back and forth. At that point in Cobble, when it was like 13-13, I think you guys got a few entries at A. You won the round, and then Navi called a pause, a tactical pause. How does that pause affect you when you win a round, you have the momentum? Does that pause affect you negatively, or do you use that time that the other team paused to talk about your own strategies as well, or do you just stay calm and then think about the next round?
Just stay calm, like I know like a lot of teams use the timeout sometimes because they need to speak, but also sometimes to break the momentum from the other team. So when a team like timeout like this, I just don't care. I just say like to everyone, like, just don't talk, don't do anything different. You will do the next round or whatever. And because sometimes it's just in your head, in your mind, like you think it's gonna be a lot of different things, but not like. And I already wanted to do a special one for this one, so the timeout didn't change anything. I called what I wanted to do.
Awesome. All right, so the last thing I actually was curious about was, were you happy with the way that you guys played through and through? Do you feel like it should have been more one-sided? Do you feel like Navi played really well, or do you feel like they were kind of not playing so well, you were playing well? Like, how did you feel about both of you guys?